Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's September 27th, 2024. I thought I'd do a quick garden update. Had rain the last few days after a nice dry spell before that. And sun's out this morning, so I thought we'd take a quick garden tour. Not a lot. We'll start over here in the western garden plot. Not a lot has changed. Timmy's out here grooming himself in the garden. The hiscaps or hascaps or honeyberry plants are all doing well. Not much of a difference there. The blueberry plants all doing pretty well. New growth on many of the blueberry plants. We did have some caterpillars come in here and feast on some of the blueberry plants themselves, but they seem to be doing okay. A lot of our beneficial insects are slowing down now. As fall is here, and but there's still cobwebs taking care of some of those pests. So pretty happy with how the blueberry plants are holding up at this point. Get down into where the thornless blackberry plants are down here. It's pretty much a congested mess. Thea hasn't been able to do any harvesting with her back, and also the birds and the wildlife have been doing great with it. So they've been producing like crazy. Thea was able to get quite a few before her back got bad and all. And there's a volunteer butternut squash in here as well, all around. They aren't quite ready. Probably need another week and they may be ready to come in and harvest. So the weeds are popping up over in here. And the vines have gone overgrown, so sometimes you just got to put some things off, and I'll have to deal with that next season. Down along the margins here, the hostas are doing okay. The lupine are okay as well. Got more plants to transplant, some hostas up around pond 8. So hopefully I'll get to that possibly this over the next week period of time. But the west garden plot, I gotta say, we really Thea's harvested many berries in here, which has really worked out beautifully. So can't complain. It's been a very good productive garden. Now we'll head over to the central garden plot. Yesterday I was hauling wood chips down to the new pond site for some marginal plants to be put in. So that's why these guys are here. I was just charging up the battery on the dump trailer. Okay, here's the central garden plot here. The cover crop on the first 3 beds here, or 4 beds, are in great shape. So they've really taken off like crazy. And see, here's the mustard gone to seed. The wheat is gone to seed here as well. The vetch is doing great. All of the collards down in here, the radish, daikon radishes. Let's see, the radishes are taking right off down in here. So, and the clovers, the vetches, really happy. This is, I gotta say, this is the best darn way of building the excellent, healthy, regenerative soil. Really important. The spruces are doing okay here. This is the area where the new cover crop I put in recently, where the corn was and where the squash was. So cover crop is doing well. Tomatoes are still doing okay. Curly kale is doing okay. We do have some new plants started for overwinter over in the nursery area. And some of the San Marzano tomatoes. So this garden really did great this year, this garden plot. The shallots are big and beautiful and delicious. The garlic is fantastic. Corn, not so much. The raccoons and the deer got to all the corn and the squash, so that didn't work out. Our kale has been great, and our tomatoes have been great as well. Now let's go check out what's going on in the eastern garden plot. Excuse me. Oh, first we'll go over here to the small herb garden here, where the eagle is. See, the flowers are all diminishing now, going to seed from the lavender. Thyme still really looks beautiful. Sage looks good. Everything's getting ready for winter here. It's the end of the season. So, pretty good. And we got ourselves a few weeds in here. And some oregano. Just grab a hold of this thorny bugger here. Not bad, not bad. So let's go in and take a look at it. The scarlet red runner beans have been doing great. Fewer flowers now since it's been getting colder. But the beans have been developing beautifully. Really beautiful, gorgeous beans. I was wondering if we'd get a decent crop of beans this year, given how this was the second time that we tried planting the scarlet red runner beans. The first time they didn't take. They were probably buried a little bit too deep in the mulch, so that worked out. Blueberry plants, these are the ones that I transplanted early this spring, did great. Raspberry plants, well, they're always doing great. We're behind on harvesting them. Tia does all the harvesting, and I've been doing what I could do. Out back, doing the jobs that I can. Yep. Of the raspberries. These are Heritage Red raspberries, and they are delicious. More blueberries here. More of the honeyberries or hascaps over here, and go around to the other area. So I gotta say, the amount of berries, the blueberries and raspberries we got out of this garden, absolutely fantastic. Be great to even get more out of there, but it's a little bit busy. Just love this trellis like this. Really beautiful. It works so nice, so much easier to harvest the beans as well. A little less aching on the back. And we've got the sweet potato patch here doing well. There's been flowers here, so the tubers, the potatoes themselves are in the process of growth right now. So we got a couple more weeks before we harvest those. Then all that vine will go to compost, and we'll use the rest of the vine to, the roots. We'll remove the tubers, cut off the vines, we'll overwinter them, and these plants I started a few years ago, so they're the same plants. Strawberries, well, they've been taking off like gangbusters. Really doing well. Haven't weeded in here, so there's weeds in here, unfortunately. Here's one of the, let me get rid of this weed here. So this right here is one of the milkweed, the butterfly weed or milkweed. Seed pods are not quite ready for this yet. Some of them are getting close. Strawberries look great. Yeah, a little bit of weeding needs to be done over here. Dang it. Some of these weeds really are something else. Well, okay, let's look at some of the trees and reproductive units. So right here we got apples. I did some weeding over here, but course, there's got to be a few more apples here. Here we have the Asian pears right here. I think I'll end up putting these up into the third food forest. Maybe a couple of the apples. The black locusts, they're getting ready to dig up out of here real soon. So we'll get those healed in. We will be selling some of the black locust trees this fall and next spring as bare root trees. The peaches are looking fantastic. These ones really look beautiful, these peaches this year. Really gorgeous. Beautiful looking peach trees. And then the honeyberry plants, or hiscaps, hascaps. This is just weeds on top of some peach seeds that have to overwinter here. 2 beds that don't have anything planted in them. And here we've got the hazelnuts. We just got done harvesting a whole bunch of hazelnuts. And so we need to put an ad for selling some of our, these are a hybrid hazelnut plant here. And they're doing great. Last couple of days I did go up and gather up a lot of the husk of the chestnut trees, trying to beat the squirrels before they get to all the chestnuts, so we can start those seeds in the spring. So let's go up front here. You see the front garden. So I did get quite a few hazelnuts harvested, some chestnuts. Of course, the trees are still young for the chestnuts. And so I have, it's getting to be transplant season right now. So those are things I'm going to be working on. So here we are up here in the front garden area. You see all the irises. My brother Jim provided us with a whole bunch of irises here. Lots of thyme in here. Thyme, oregano, irises, thyme over there. So we'll be eventually, when we're both feeling up to it, we've got to do some transplants out of this area. Japanese maples, hostas looking good. These plants that got to go inside here soon. The sedum, that variety over there is doing fantastic. We got some weeds in here, dang it. Oh, Lord. Another Japanese maple here, another sedum there, another sedum there, a columbine here, another Japanese maple, another sedum, all the hostas here, another Japanese maple here. So looking pretty good. So all in all, pretty happy with how things went this season. Not a lot to say right now. I got to get back to work out back and all, but I hope your gardens did well this last season and are still doing well for those in the northern hemisphere and all. And so thinking about next year, what do we want to do less of and what do we want to do more of? Those are things to always be thinking about as you're wrapping up your season and the workload gets a little bit too much and all. So I hope you folks stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.